Hello boys, my name is Coolyoshi and welcome back to my 100% playthrough, gotta get everything, in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, not hero mode, because we can't really do that. So, anyways, we've just gone through and collected a couple of things, and, well, I guess the last episode we did the very long intro sequence, but now we're finally on middle part of the game where we can actually play the game properly. However, sure enough, the thing is locked, so we have to go around the other way to the setup. If we get close to the area, we can press ZR to use our Sailcloth, which will allow us to get stuff. However, before we can do anything, we have to also attack this air enemy. After we hit it a couple of times, it won't bother us anymore, and we can move on to our next setup. Now, if we go down here, there's another chest we can pick up, just like before. It's worth another 20 rupees, bringing us up to 100. That thing, by the way, the last time, which is actually this game's form of a cat, he damaged me like twice the last time I played the game, but if you play smartly enough, you can just easily get by him by just slashing him until eventually he gets not as antsy and will basically begin hiding, and that's when you can go. Oh, we got our first jelly bomb already. It might look like a dying lot of gunk, but it's used to make all sorts of things. Now, part of the collection I'm going to show as well also involves completing all of the... completely upgrading all of your weapons. So we need to make sure that we collect a lot of materials while we're going, and there's not really a easy way to do that. Alright, our cutscene. And yes, we now meet everyone's favorite character, Fi, who will now be with us for the entire game. She essentially serves as our guide to this area. And that's about it. Nothing much else to say. She's a really good character in this game, though. She does a lot. For a while, I didn't actually know what she did until I played Hyrule Warriors for the first time on Wii U. So here's our goddess sword. Unchosen by my creator, I've been waiting for you. You will play a role in a great destiny. According to your social customs, I should provide you with my personal designation. Fi is the name I was given. I was created for a single purpose, long before the recorded memory of your people. I must aid you in fulfilling the great destiny that is your burden to carry. Yoshi, you must take up the sword. When chosen by my creator, it is your destiny. The strange dreams troubling your sleep, my sudden appearance, uncertainty surrounding the fate of the old dealer. Under the circumstance, it's only logical that you would exhibit some apprehension. To minimize your uncertainty, allow me to share some information. My projections indicate that this information has a high probability of altering your current emotional state. When you see Honorable Zelda is still alive. A Seer Maiden, the one you call Zelda, is another one chosen fated to be part of the same great mission. Or you should wish to meet with your friend, I highly recommend you take up the sword before you set out to search for her. Is that information aggravate you? Are you ready to accept the sword? It seems for persuasive measures will not be required. In the nearby crater, draw out the sword and raise it skyward. Alright. Goodness, that's kind of awkward to do. Alright. You got the goddess sword. This mysterious sword is bathed in divine light. Ooh. Recognition complete, Master. Yoshi, my master. Yoshi. I've had my suspicions, so until now I wasn't sure. Yet here we are in the Chamber of the Sword. The very place was foretold the youthful legend would one day appear. It is said that this place was left by our people by the goddess herself. The very knowledge of this rune's existence is a secret down to a select few each generation, one with a handful of works. When the light of the goddess's sword shines brightly, the great apocalypse will wake for its one shudder. Fear, for it is then a youth guided by my hand, and shall reveal himself in a place most sacred. It started days ago. That sword I've kept secret all these years began to give off a faint, otherworldly light. At first I was sure I was seeing fiends here alone with the sword, simply no accusation. I never dreamed the prophecy of the legend would come to pass in my lifetime. So I have learned to keep secret are coming true before my very eyes. The youth will be guided by one unborn of the blade, one who is also youthful in likeliness, yet wise with knowledge immeasurable. Ah yes, the oral tradition, one of the least methods of information retention and transmission. Appears that critical sections of the passage have been lost over the generations. Youth who draws forth the guiding light sword shall be known as the goddess' chosen hero, and possesses an unbreakable spirit. He shall be burdened with the task of abolishing the shadow of apocalypse of the land, such is his destiny. With the spirit of the blade at his side, he shall soar over the clouds and plummet below. United with the spirit maiden shall bring forth a fused, piercing light that resurrects the land. Some 5 years old tales tall up by a place called the surface. The old tales describe a whole world below far more vast than Skyloft. Master, you must embark on a great journey beneath the vast realm of the surface. It is only through this journey that you can fulfill the mission set before my creator, the goddess. It is also the only method available for you to reunite with the Spirit Maiden, Honorable Zelda. This is no easy task, Yoshi. Below is the forsaken face, and to reach it, you must pierce the cloud period below. In living memory, no one has ever done this. And we are given a tablet, of course, to make that happen. This tablet will illuminate a path through the clouds to the land below. Take it and place it within the altar behind me. You got the old tablet, the weathered surface of this heavy stone. It's really old. The first thing you must do is hit the crest sitting in the room with a scattered strike. Blasts are a form of pure energy that charges within your blade when you lift it, Sky Sword. Once you have charged your blade, face the crest and sword to send out a powerful skyward strike. Okay. We need to get used to that particular control scheme, because Skyward Strikes can be kind of tricky to do otherwise. This version, they've definitely been made easier, since you can kind of just readjust whenever you need to change the way it looks. It's still dark out, by the way. In Sailcloth, that is. Which I find kind of interesting. Astyoshi, it is done. Until now, a cloud barrier created by the goddess has separated the world you know from the one below. The tablet you placed in the altar has opened a small rift in the barrier. You could use it to travel to the clouds to the realm below. I recognize you as my master, so it is my duty to follow you wherever you may go. I reside within your sword and will accompany you in your trials. Press button to summon me when you require my assistance. She was a moment. The nature of the great potluck mentioned in the old text is a complete mystery to me. Turns out to be it seems that both you and Zelda have big roles to play in the destiny of this end. Just think, what if this Fi says is true? Zelda is alive and no come to terms with whatever the goddess has in store for her. Should you heed the call of destiny, I don't know what dangers you'll have to face, Yoshi, especially down there. You decide to brave the unknown, please find my daughter and bring her back to me. What we've seen her today defies explanation, but it's only a story journey. Please see it through and prove the legends are true. You do your people proud, Yoshi. Yes, okay, I will do that. Dawn is drawing near. It has been a long for the both of us, has it? You have a great journey before you. Those, they don't look up to the test. The uniform you were to receive for winning the race should be ready by now. A sturdy uniform like that will prove much more suitable for a long journey. You better change before you go. There we go. That green uniform is what our knights will be wearing this year. To be honest, I have my doubts about the color. But enough, seeing you wear this uniform, I can't imagine a more fitting color for you, as if it is as though you were born to wear it. Take care on your journey and be sure to stop by some of the shops of the bazaar here in town to equip yourself properly for the travels ahead. Turn to my quarters and see if I can glean some more useful information for the ancient test. You're welcome to stop by if you have any questions. You and Zelda shall be in my prayers. May the goddess watch over and guide you both. Now, there are a couple of characters we can chat to. Who's here? But before we do that, Fledge interrupts us and is going to get us up here a minute. The green uniform looks so adventurous. You sure do look a lot like a knight now. The headmaster said you were heading out to look for Zelda. You're really something else. I could never imagine myself doing what you're about to do. I put a lot of work into making this. You should take this with you. You got the adventure pouch. You can now store all kinds of UC items. Alright. It's an adventure pouch. It's for adventures. It's neat because you can fit 4 things in it that you'll need on your big journey. Buy all kinds of stuff at the bazaar you can put in this pouch. You should go look. Also buy potions and a shield. They fit in your pouch and they might come in handy on your adventure. You should just know that you'll find Zelda for us. Now, if we go upstairs and actually talk to a different character upstairs, there's a little secret we can get that not a lot of people know about. This one is actually one of the more secretive ones. Oh. Lately, I've been taking care of Mia for the headmaster. It's dangerous having her around. She's so dirty that I'm starting to think I need one of our own. Yeah, not that one. And we know it's Headmaster, I believe, doesn't have anything. Oh, we can go in here. You really should open other people's cupboards or out pressure. Oh boy. Yeah, I would not want to do that either, probably. And yes, there's a secret that we'll have to remember for that later. Oh. Hey, you made it. Finally, I see your class. The outfit suits you. But now it's hard to sorry, right? I can't believe Zelda's got a mission. You Zelda are so close. I know you must be worried too. I don't know. I just have this feeling she's arriving well, Shine. You gotta believe it and wait for her to come home. I have a thing that I want to do, though, because there's a little secret that I'm still trying to remember, so I'm just gonna take a second to make sure that I know where it is. It's right after getting the sword that you can get this. Oh, so the instructor we're looking for is actually already outside. So we're gonna go to him. That is the one thing that confused me, but oh well. Yeah, see, he's right here. Okay, that makes sense. I heard the news, Yoshi. Zelda's fallen down for the clouds, and you're going to look for her, is that right? The Headmaster told me there's land beneath the clouds. Do you know anything about that? Oh, it's a famous Sora, but it won't do you good if you don't have a shield to protect yourself with. Here, take this with you. Ooh. The wooden shield is light and maneuverable, but it's the weakest of all the shields. Also, keep in mind it's particularly vulnerable to fire. If it breaks, you can buy a new one at the Bazaar. To equip a shield, hold R, select the shield you want to use, and let go of R. If you're not sure how to use the shield, the Knight Commander Aegis at Sailcloth will happily teach you. But I know how to use that. All you have to do is shake it to pull out, and there's not a lot else you can do. Master, I have an update regarding a stone tablet and the zinc Faron light crate. The column light has appeared to the south occasion, and signs indicate that it's created opening a cloud barrier to the land below. Must also caution the service armed only with a sword result and decreased probability south. If you've not already done so, I advise you to purchase a shield and potions at the bazaar in preparation for your journey. Now, the actual shield will be used on very specific fights, just to make them a bit easier, and there's only like a handful of them. You're not hurt. This item's energy restores 1 heart of life. Okay. Now, as they mentioned, the bazaar is now open to us. And if we go in it, if anybody... What's this? What's my eyes build? Oh, man, what commonest villains to fear before me. You may not choose to believe me, but eyes foresee a hazardous royal will ahead of you. I can foresee what will befall you, for I am a fortune teller. Trust my piercing eyes to my pure and innocent voice. I'll do you no harm. Gaze deeply into my eyes and come closer. Whatever, but in case you didn't already know, this is the same shopping theme for Hyrule Warriors. This is the exact same theme. It actually came from Skyward Sword initially. Hey there! Yes, you, the adorable boy with the golden hair. Welcome to the potion shop. You can drink our potions while you're injured to fill up your hearts. Hey, you're one of those knights, aren't you? Train at least. And let me tell you, one look at you and I can tell you'll need my potions by the cauldron full. So try and slink away without stocking up. Oh dear, I forgot to ask if you have an empty bottle on you. Just so you know, I can't sell you a potion if you don't have an empty bottle to pour it into. For some reason I like you though, so I'll give you a spare empty bottle I've been keeping here in the stall. Well, it's nothing, it's just a little gift. Here we say this often, but you can put other things besides potions in an empty bottle, so it's a useful thing to carry around. Alright. Empty bottles fitting adventure pouch, press R to take a look. If you ever get to a point where you can't fit any more stuff in your pouch because it's full, you can always drop up items at the item check. So what do you like to buy? This, obviously. That's about a heart potion. This will replenish 8 hearts. Only 20 rupees? Yeah, I think I'll get that. I'll be getting a lot of these because that's what we need to go for the aim. If you want to push your power up, go see your husband at the end of the counter. He can mix up something for you, which unfortunately we can't actually activate because we have hardly no materials. We almost got a couple of them, but we're still kind of bad for the most part. So, you know what? We're gonna go towards... What is it? I forget. I could actually go on the map, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go more towards this area just so we can go a little bit closer to the area. Oh, this guy's so interesting. There, it's Beal's air shop. It's here. He sells bug nets there. I want one so bad. There's a bell hanging down from the shop, and I heard if you ring it, Beal will stop by and pick you up. But the bell's off the ground. You have to launch something at it to have any hope of winning it. So that's where we get the bug net, and that is really important, but we can't actually get it. So for now, we're gonna just call our loft doing here. And now we actually get to play the game properly. And yes, every time you change the thing, you can okay, if we walk into this, we can go straight into the next SotH. Well, we're definitely prepared for having a potion and a shield now, so we can more easily survive this. So let's head down and actually do stuff. So yes, after the very long, about an hour long, if you include the cutscenes intro, you finally get to actually play the game properly. SotH, we've arrived. This is the failed surface that has long been a part of Skyloft legend. Calculations, you're currently positioned in a location known as the Sealed Grounds. Ooh, okay. Please receive a costume, Master. I will. We can't even save. That statue is covered up. Jeez, he wanted to attack me like right away. So these are our first two enemies. If they come up too close to us, we have to attack them either by slashing horizontally or vertically. I cannot. Oh. I need to figure out how to do that dodge, because in one of my other games, there's a way to just sidestep the attack, and I completely forgot how to do that. If I find a weaker enemy, I could maybe lock onto him and just use that as my move. But, ooh. Oh, it's that evil again. It's crazy how much that same boss just turns, like, and we're going to be quite far away from fighting it. I'm not sure if we'll be able to defeat Girium today, but I definitely want to make that a plan to do that. Oh, okay, ZR. Young one, child of destiny, descended from the I. Raise the sword of the Skyward. Take aim at the evil aura and unleash its power. It didn't seem like it actually did anything, but hello. SotH, I'm sentient a chain of the area that was triggered by your Skyward Strike. Detected aura closely to your Sailcloth. I surprised this aura belongs to Zelda. I can lead you in the direction of this aura through a process known as dowsing. When do I explain the process to you? I'll actually explain it. Understood, Master. So, here's what you have to do. Hold up and select Zelda as your dowsing target, then point in the direction you wish to search. And yeah, you can basically... This is basically how you figure out where to go in the game. This is essentially your guide. If you get lost, you can use it to figure out a certain location, and in some cases it's required to get certain items. Now, this looks awfully large area, by the way, almost like a battlefield of some sort, but we'll have to come back here later, so we're gonna have to remember that, because it's gonna be definitely a bit crazy. One of my problems, by the way, with this game sometimes, as you already saw with the rolling, instead of getting a roll, I sometimes pull out the shield instead of rolling. Alright. This next part isn't as long. Let's see. The traveler descended from the clouds above. I welcome you, child of fate. Tell me, what is your name? Ushi? Good. Very good. I sense you've already gained control of the sacred power that fills your sword when pointed skyward. The skyward strike is yours to command. It's also proof that you're fit to bear the blade you carry, the goddess's sword. Sat here for many years waiting for you to arrive, all so that I could fulfill my purpose as your guide. You stand under the roof of the Sealed Temple, a place built by the goddess Ego. Your arrival here was predestined many years ago. Taking your seat, arrived here shortly before you, decided ending to this land in a shower of light. There's no doubting it, the gears of fate have begun to turn. Yet all is not as it should be. The Spirit Maiden was not meant to reach the land in the manner she did. I feel an evil power working in the shadows. It moves to warp the dust which you two are part. Yoshi. Concerned for the Spirit Maiden, seek her whereabouts, yes? That is understandable, but now you must focus on moving forward. The girl has her own purpose, and she must pursue as do you. So you set out for Farron Woods to discover that destiny for herself, and you must follow. Show me your map. The X mark upon your map marks the path that will lead you to the Farron Woods. Traveling an unfamiliar land, many monsters have settled there, and the map may not prove guidance enough for your journey. And so I will give you the power to create beacons. When a beacon is marked on your map, a column stand at that location. I'll act as your waypoint for afar. Point at the X and press A to place a beacon. I haven't set. Ooh. They aim to be more accurate at the placing, so. Okay. Alright. We can't see it from where we are. A beacon stands outside the guide. Leave the temple for the front doors and see itself. Have a user beacon. You can remove it from the map by pressing A. Use your beacon cell and you'll never fear getting lost. Go on. You must head into the Farron Woods and chase after the sphere made in the one you call Zelda. On the way out, take the treasure chest within this room. What you find there should prove useful to you on your journey. Okay. Alrighty, leave the door before you and head into the woods. I wish you safe travel. Know that all your questions will be answered in time. For now, Yoshi, go bravely. And we got a Revitalization Potion, which is what we use to save our shield, as well as restoring 4 hearts of damage, or whatever. It's quite interesting. Alright. I don't think we can save here either, but it's fine. It's not that bad. It's not until much later. Out of the way, scram! Thanks for jumping in there to rescue, Who were those red press? I did not expect to run to a pack of them in this speed so hard. Same goes for you. This is the second time I bumped into one of your kind today. I tell you, all sorts of weird things are going on lately. Big for taking care of those guys, so let me tell you something fascinating. I'm Gorko the Goron. I'm researching the ancient history of these woods here. According to the ancient texts, there's some place called the Isle of Goddess, far up in the sky. Apparently, these old statues serve as a landmark for those traveling up to the sky or down Goddess Place. If you find one, be sure to examine it. Tabs on a number of landmarks. They are rumored to be quite useful. Supposedly, a statue specialist is said to have the ability to activate all other statues. Name sounds a lot crazy, but I, for one, believe it to be true. Otherwise, why would all these statues be here all over the place? Real high-end sketch around makes you want to know more. Does it not? Yeah. Oh, sounds like I have a fellow connoisseur of ancient cultures here. Alright, bud. Raise yourself, because I'm about to blow your mind. So get this. People actually live on this skyline, and they get around by flying on the backs of huge birds that are way bigger than birds down here. Everyone reverses the goddess, and the residents of all the islands in the sky live in a perfect society, totally free of conflict or unhappiness. But from what I can tell, their civilization is way more advanced than ours down here. Does not even stop there, bud. The Isle of Goddess is even more stuff to marvel at. The place was crafted by the goddess herself, so it figures that it was out of the air. The buildings are all made of gold, an endless rain of mystical water feeds a river through the place. That stuff and you'll live forever. The trees are heavy with plum fruit that cure all disease. The pumpkins that'll never want. Wildflowers bloom everywhere. And the weather, but not too hot, not too cold, not sense of steady heat in this garden paradise. That is the Isle of Goddess. Amazing, right? Wow, it's beyond amazing. You want to hear more about it, don't you, bud? Actually, no. I guess it could wait. I don't want him to say because I'm tired. Whoa! What in the world just happened? Did you use some kind of magic? That statue reacted the moment you got into your butt. How crazy is that? So now we can go to the sky whenever you want, but doing so won't really give us any extra effects, so we're just gonna go for this area. What was that? The statue just reacted to you. What did you do? Come on. Don't... I've got to know. I said, if you access the stone statue, it could turn to the sky at will. Or by using a certain amiibo figure, you could return to the sky from anywhere on the surface and come back where you left. Just call me anytime you'd like to use amiibo. You could also enable or disable meal usage from the options. Obviously, we don't need it to beat the game, so we're not going to use it at all. Alright. Okay. Finally in the Farron Woods. At long last. So you've entered Farron Woods. Okay. Get it. Plenty of water in this region clearly sustains a large diversity of flora, including this massive tree. It is logical that this large parasite of water resources has attracted animal species to the region. Nice. Made it. Our first actual area of the game. Looking at the probabilities, it's extremely likely that Zelda is somewhere in the area. I recommend you continue to use your dowsing ability to search for her. We already know where she is, though. We are still quite a far ways away. Alright. We have another series of bokoblins. That's what these guys are called. Okay. Nice, we got an Ornament Skull right off the bat. That's actually kind of hard to get this early, so it's nice. In the original game, you could defeat them with one Skyward Strike, but looks like that's not the case. Huh, it's gone quiet. Now that's a green one. I didn't even know they came in green. Don't hurt me. Yeah, he's just scared. Okay. So now we have to chase him along the area. The Noisy Eggs is quite funny, by the way. So yeah, we have to kind of just chase him around the area. Whoops. I need this to get up here later. Oh, and our first really big item. An Amber Relic. These Amber Relics are farmed, colored chunks of pressed stone and found heavy iron. No one knows where their strange shape comes from. Yeah, I find that interesting as well. But anyways, we have to keep going through. And there are a lot of enemies you would have to defeat. But if you just keep on bunking these mushrooms, he'll just keep on going in a general direction, and that's it. And as well as if we manage to use our dowsing ability will actually glitch out and show us to a completely different area altogether. He's still scared. It's serve me again. You don't want to eat me? And come to think of it, why did you fight off all those red monsters? I'm Machi. I'm a Kikli. You seem okay, even though the... Oh, you're scary. Thanks for helping me. That's weird. A little while ago, I ran into another funny animal like you, but this one was a girl. I'm just gonna ask this. Zelda? What's Zelda? I don't know. Oh, who this girl was, but she was in a bunch of trouble when I saw her. A pack of those mean red guys were after her, but she escaped with the Kikli elder. Even 5 makes him scared. Master, obtain new information on Zelda Skyward's status. The information indicates that she was assailed by monsters, but somehow evaded capture. However, I infer she is still in significant danger. I have marked the position of the Kikli known as Machi. Please confirm your current location. Furthermore, my analysis suggests that this Kikli most likely produced a false positive down reaction to previous direct contact with the content. To see this hypothesis, I theorize there's an 5% chance that the Kikli Elder will also generate a dowsing reaction for the same meat. I propose you continue dowsing to search for Zelda. It really spooks me. Keep some very strange company, friend. It sounds like you're set on finding this friend in the Elder. If you're headed that way anyways, would you mind telling our Elder I'm asleep? Cheer up. Bet your friend is safe with our Elder. Alright. Now the more difficult part of this area begins. At first it's not really that bad. The only enemies we really have to face are these plants, and you can just defeat them with one slash. The later enemies, though, will be a little bit more difficult. And there's also other random stuff like those things. Those will explode and deal a lot of damage. We also have more big bokoblins to deal with, but we can defeat them just like we would any other. Rather than actually following the correct zone, though, we're not going to actually do that. Instead, we're going to head off into this general direction over to the left and head more to the right. Doing so will allow us to find some more interesting enemies. Now you'll also see the bokoblins blocking in kind of a weird pattern. Whichever direction you block, you do not want to slice from. They will immediately block it if you do that. I'm gonna run now because these enemies also are actual enemies. Ooh, that's not good. Running out of energy could be really bad, especially when you're next to enemies. So again, if we go far enough, we'll see another enemy. Part of the reason why we're killing these guys is mostly for the item drops. Because they can randomly give rewards for doing so. And we can get treasures for our stuff, but part of the reason why we came here is for a completely different purpose. There's another one of those Kikis actually hidden all the way up here, and another one also pretty soon afterwards. Unfortunately, you kind of have to use an awkward motion to get this done. This is where I found a little bit of problems with the motion controls. I'm gonna use a Skyward Sight to try and get rid of all these. I like how he's just kind of doing that, and yet we've cut all the grass. Oh, we could just do this. I discovered, and here I had a good hiding place. Erla, you won't find another Kikli in these woods that as good as hiding them, except the Elder, of course. Okay. Now, if you remember where some of the other Kiklis are, you can kind of just move between their locations, which is what I'm actually going to do. Now, because I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, there's many different ways to fight enemies. One such way is by running, which you are seeing right now. Often the fastest way is to just run by enemies and completely ignore them. If you do the right movements, you won't actually have to face anything at all. You could just do a bunch of short walking and slow movement to get past them all, and they will never bother you as long as you don't go in their range. However, if you do go in their range, they will attack you if found moments worrying, such as this enemy right here, which I think I should show. If you go up close to it, he'll just hide, which, although he'll shake, you won't be able to attack him at all. The only way to defeat them is to use a shield to block their attack and send it right back at them. Doing so will immediately defeat the opponent, but potentially come back for you later. Now, if we are looking for the actual character, then our first task is to first head up to this middle area first, because until we do, we won't be able to really get anything. And we have another one of these enemies. It's defeated just like all the others. We can then chop this rope to go to the next area. Oh, and I just reminded myself of something. To get to one of the cuckoos, you actually have to go by the Elder, so we need to remember where he is. But we're not going to actually talk to him just yet. Instead, there's another cuckoo that we can find a short ways down the area. I did not do that right, by the way, but if you shake the remote, you can jostle them off. That's what I was trying to do, except I'm still... I like how I said that I've beaten the game. This is definitely not blind playthrough. This is more or less a walkthrough, since I have already beaten the game before in almost 100% completion. I got all the hearts, but didn't supposedly get everything, so we're coming back to finish what we've started. Let's do that. See if we can get a heart from this. Nope, we got something different. We got a fairy. Just like before, we have a fairies. This fateful sight replenishes 6 of your hearts, and if you put them in a bottle just like before, they will heal you to full. Yeah, see, there we go. If I just dash, they fall off anyway. Okay, here's our next character, which I actually know about as well. Okay, this guy looks a little bit different, and then also you can call enemies together. So we're gonna start by killing him first. I keep on getting my Skyward Strike block. It finds me kind of annoying. It also feels more annoying when I pull out my shield instead of actually doing what I'm trying to do. Hell, I killed him anyway, but I could have easily gotten Endling Mode. Ooh. You fought off all those red guys, so does that mean you're a good guy? See, I got this problem. My legs turned to jelly and I kept down. Can you think you can help me? Alright. Alright. Ouch, that was effective. Anyways, thanks to you, I'm saved. Huh, a girl? Sorry, I don't know anything about it. The Elder will probably know something about it, though. SotH, if you see the Elder, can you please tell him where I am? Oh, my legs are still shaking. In case you're wondering what I was trying to do, if you use the Skyward Strike in the right way, you can actually defeat all those Bacolans with one strike, but they keep on blocking my attacks, so I didn't really have much of a choice on what to do. Barely made that jump. Oh well. If we use this, we can get back to this zone whenever we want. But now for the actual goal of trying to get to the Elder. Just like before, we have to take the same path as before, except this time we're actually gonna go over it properly. Yes, if you dash during the right spots, you can basically make the these that are trying to attack you go away. Yeah, we could just barely make it through. Alright, now we're gonna actually talk to the Elder properly. I am Bucha, the Kikui Elder. I saw the way you spotted me for my ingenious calf eyes. You're clearly a master woodsman. Elda? Oh, the good creature with the blonde hair? She looked like one of your kind. Yes, she was with me. Now is not the time for such talk. The woods are full of monsters. I worry about my missing tribe. The shock has made my memories of the girl quite hazy. What? You say you've met some of my people? Chiupsa, Alpha, all safe. Oh, there are still more monsters looking out in the forest. I dare not leave the sun. One last skilly is still unaccounted for. Could I ask you to search the air for him? He has quite a talent for his size himself. It's a bit of a shrubberies. Not any big round bushes you may encounter. Oh, but I feel on the very verge of something. That girl you are after and where she went. Give me a little more time. Learning that Zelda is no longer with the Curio is an unfortunate setback, but she may have some useful information. I calculate there's an 85% probability that your quest will be aided if you find the lost Kiklis for the Elder. I set your search for those first units. I've added Kiklis as a dowsing option. No, I could already tell. It's basically the same as the other ones. Mark any Kiklis you set on your map and disable your dowsing reads for them. That way you'll not revisit the same Kiklis. This concludes my explanation. When you're ready, please begin your search. Oh yeah, that's right. He's in one of the other locations, but it's quite a bit different than this one. That's what I remember now. Suddenly, everything is coming back to me. I remembered 2 of the locations, but I couldn't remember all 3. If you manage to actually find all 3 right off the bat, then you can make things happen a lot easier, honestly. I'll defeat that one just because it's really close by. Problem with a lot of this game, well, I guess just a small problem rather, is when you go for one of the specific characters, it can sometimes take a really long time to actually search for him properly. Oh, he is actually below the ground. That's a bit annoying. So that means I have to go all the way back to here. Wait, that means he might be the same one. Oh. Actually, it might be higher up than I remember. Never mind, I guess this is a little bit different than I thought. Now that I've played the game a lot, I'm starting to get better with those shield deflections, so... When I was first playing the game, I used to suck at them, and I basically messed up every single one of them. Oh, there he is. Oh, I could just pick him up. Don't eat me. I taste terrible. Let me go. Huh, the Elder was worried about me. I'm glad to hear he's safe. Amulu, if you meet the Elder, tell him I'm here. Oh, it's safe yet. I'm gonna stay a while and wait for those monsters to go away. I am not detecting any additional dowsing responses in this area. I suggest you go and speak with the Kukui Elder. What was that just now? Don't scare me like that. Alright. Well, now with that done, we finally get to actually finish the aim part proper. Now keep in mind, since I probably should have mentioned something. Because I had not played the game before, I did do some playthroughs of the original Wii version. But since I did not know what I was doing, it was also technically a blind playthrough, meaning I had literally no knowledge of the game whatsoever. Well, I guess not really. I've watched some runs, but I've never actually played the game myself. So I first found the controls a little bit difficult, with some enemies kind of trolly, but once I learned some specific strategies, it made going through the game a lot easier, and now I can safely say I'm at least decently good at the game. I'm still not good for hero mode though. That will take probably a while. I initially did want to do hero mode just to prove that I'm not a bad player, but also I found out, as you saw from the main menu, you can't do hero mode in this game until you've beaten the game at least once, and I don't want to waste my time doing that, so this normal playthrough is my 100% playthrough. It's also safer to do this. So all my fellow Kukilis are well, and they want me to stop worrying? Ah, excellent. They know me too well. A real talent for finding whatever is missing. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you have my thanks. Feel much less worried now. I believe I just remembered where that young lady went. The young girl, Zelda, was that her name? Yes, it's all coming back to me. She said she had to travel to the temple deep within these woods. Tried to warn her about how dangerous it was there, but the terrible little thing vaulted off my belly and ran off home just the same. That's where we have to go. I think she headed down that way towards the temple, but be sure to take great care if you follow her. The area is crawling with monsters. Oh, I almost forgot. As a reward for fighting all my fellow Kikulis, I'll give you a precious Kikulion. Let me just fetch it for you right now. Pardon me a moment. Ooh. This is our first item. Slingshot, make a return for multiple games, including Ocarina Time. It flings Deku Seeds at enemies, and I think that's simple enough to recognize. So now we can use our items. With that Slingshot, you will probably be able to find a path into the deep woods where that temple is. To start, why not try shooting up that curled up vine over there? Hold ZR to ready your Slingshot, then press ZR to let a shot fly. If you run out of ammunition, just grab some seeds from the fruit that grow on the trees over there. Now go find that girl. I'll be rooting for you. So we did just what I said to do, but what else do we have to do? Oh, I see there's a piece of heart on the ledge. We should probably go grab it. I cannot go up there, but actually, I actually figured out something. That is that, it's time to go, guys. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!